A savings account with $5 is better than no savings account at all. When you first try out a savings account, you're not automatically going to have $10,000 in it. That's not how saving money works, especially for us working people. I get a lot of comments of people saying, I can't save, I live paycheck to paycheck. I do too, but I always pay myself first. I always put money aside when I get paid. You can set aside $1, $2, $5. I'm not asking you to take your whole paycheck and put it away. I'm simply advising you that when you get paid, take some amount of your paycheck and put it aside. Start off slow. Do it every paycheck for the next month, for the next 2 months, and just keep building that savings account. Before you know it, you'll have $100 in savings, maybe 200, 300, 1,000. A lot of you are telling yourself that you can't save. You're typing it, you're believing in it. Now I need you to take that thought and throw it away. And do not wait for 2026 to start saving. Start saving today. And every day I want you to tell yourself, I can save money. Follow it up with an action and start saving money. Love you guys. Stay frugal.
People are saving every dollar they can make. Now, if you're at a 9 to 5 job, it's very tough. A lot of people know to stay at your current jobs because the job market is absolutely terrible right now. And especially since the rising costs of everything, gas, groceries, rent, car insurance, everything has gone up. So people are trying to save as much money as they can and even possibly earn more money on the side doing side hustles. Now, one can include stock market, maybe investing in some dividend ETFs, or even just doing some side gigs. Maybe they're on Upwork.com or Fiverr.com doing some gigs. Maybe you're good at Photoshop. You could be a graphic designer. There's a lot of ways to earn some extra cash. Even YouTube. You could do YouTube and earn some extra cash that way as well, which are all very good options to help save you more money. Now let's take a look at the rest of these clips.
I've been saving every $5 bill that I came across, I think this whole year. Now, I was gonna put this whole thing on my carry-on, but I decided I think that's excessive. And quite frankly, I don't trust these moves around my money. So it's staying close to me. So I figured I'm gonna open it and not do the most and see how much I have in here. I don't suspect it to be a lot because I never carry cash. But the rare occasion that I did carry cash and it was a $5 bill that I had, I put it in here. So let's see how much I got. That face was me realizing that I deleted a 5-minute clip. Anyways, the fucking jar is empty now. I already counted the money. Says $280 here. Like I was saying, these buttons are too damn sensitive. I advise you to do this challenge. Challenge yourself. Pick a bill, whether it's $1, 5, 10, 20, hundreds. Pick a bill every day, at the end of your day or at the end of your week. Check into your wallet. I did every day. Every day that I knew that I carried cash, because I never really carried cash. But every time I knew I had cash, I would check, be like, oh, did I have 5? I think I had 5. And stuck it in there. 280. 280 subconsciously just saved 280. Didn't even think about it. Didn't think twice about it. Every time I had a 5, stuck it in this hole. That was it. And I got 280 out of it. Now, this is not even my money. It's going straight to the movers. However, I think you should do this. You'd be surprised how much you end up saving.
Day 12 of No Spend November. And yesterday I bought a whole new car, a 12-count nugget meal, large, with a brownie on the side. And I bought a few things off Amazon that I really didn't need. And then I woke up. Sometimes the dreams just feel so real. It's another day of not spending a dime outside of rent, gas, groceries, and bills. And I gotta say, it's showing me that a lot of the shit I usually buy is not necessary and not making me any happier. Because right now I'm pretty happy. All those 3,564 items in my Amazon cart, they can wait. I don't need any of it, really. I was sitting back thinking about it. I'm like, I would have probably been about $600 or $700 in consumerism right about now. But I'm not. All that's going in a savings account and towards debt. And for that person who told me a few videos ago to get those chicken patties from Aldi, thank you. Because my Chick-fil-A cravings have been going down just a little bit. But I'll tell you one thing, it's been 12 days, but it feels like 12 weeks.
If you are the type of girl that goes out, wants to dilly dally, have a little coffee, but you're on a budget and you're trying not to like buy coffee out, you're not trying to buy matcha out, all of the above, this is the hack. Like this cup, I bought 6 of them in a little pack at Dollar Tree for $1. Trust me when I say you can still be on a budget and go dilly dally, go on the go, and still make your coffee at home. And I bet you Starbucks could not even make it the same, because my coffee at home now tastes so much better than if I go and get one. They don't always make it right. So why spend $6 on a drink when I can just buy cups to go anytime I'm out and about? Pretty sure Walmart has it, Target has them, to go cups. But the fact that Dollar Tree, I found them at Dollar Tree, girl, you know I'm gonna be going back for my little coffee. Talk to you later.
Make sure that you have at least $1,000 in your savings account. The reason why you want to make sure you have at least $1,000 is because it puts you in a security energy. When you are in survival mode, it affects how you look. It affects your magnetism. It affects how you come across to other people even. You don't have any money in your savings account at all. It affects you on a physical, spiritual, and mental level. Like you are always in survival mode. You're not even thinking about looking nice or anything like that. You are just trying to get to the next level. When you have at least $1,000 in your savings account, it gives you a little bit of breathing room. So if you have to save just $25 every single time you get paid, or anytime somebody sends you some money, just put that in your savings account. Put that in a separate account. Anytime you come across some money, just save $25. When you get $1,000, it is going to feel like an accomplishment. I have been there before. Trust me, I have been there, and I understand how it feels to be in survival mode. But when you get your first $1,000 in your savings account, you feel so much better about yourself. You feel so much better about life. You feel a little bit more secure. And of course, you should always aim for more money in your savings account, but that first $1,000 does make a difference. It feels better. It's something about the energy of it. I read this book called The Energy of Money, and money absolutely does have an energy. When you do not feel good about yourself, about your situation, it's harder to be in a magnetism energy. You want to be attracting things. You want to be a magnet and everything is coming to you. But when you are in survival mode, your energy is releasing and you are looking for things and they are running from you.
I used to think saving $500 to $1,000 was literally impossible, but this is how I did it. Now, this is my way that I personally came up with. This might not work for you, but I still encourage you to stay and listen. Let's say I had $422.93 in my bank account. If I was feeling good that month, I would take out the $22.93 and put it into my savings. That way I had an even $400. If you feel like you can't afford to do that because you're like, I need this $20, I have bills, so do I, but you're like, I can't do that, I need the $20. Do the $293. I don't know if this makes sense for anybody else, but I don't know, just one day I was like, I'm just gonna keep my bank account an even number all the time. Imagine you do that every single day or every other day for a year. You're gonna have more than zero in your savings, which is where you started, so everything is a win. I know this probably won't work for everybody, but it's worked for me, and that's how I saved my first $1,000. If that seems like too much, like I said before, make a small goal. Make $50, $100, $200, even $25. Save $25 this week. Make it doable for you.
Hi, yes, this message is for anybody like in the kindergarten. You may want to start saving your money now, okay? Every time you lose a tooth and the tooth fairy leaves you like a quarter or a $5 bill, or, I know the tooth fairies are bougie nowadays, like a 20, you may want to put that into like a high yield savings account so it can draw some interest, So maybe by the time you're 18, you can have like a tank of gas. And by the way, don't tell anybody that you've lost a tooth and the tooth fairy gave you money, because the government has ears everywhere and they're going to try to tax that $20 bill. Or that $5 bill or that quarter, whatever you get. But anyways, the housing market is ever so changing. So you may want to invest that $5 into, maybe a house fund. Life is about to roundhouse kick your ass. So you may want to be prepared. Okay, don't take any day for granted. Start saving today. Because if I had a genie in a bottle, I'd go back to the pre-K and open up a savings account. Just letting you know. That's my advice to you.
There is this wild ideology nowadays that everyone talks about in the finance world of saving your first $10,000. Okay, before we get there, can we save the first 1,000? What does that do to you? This number one creates something called discipline, which a lot of us don't have. And then discipline turns into momentum, because once you start actually saving money, guess what? You are already ahead of 27% of the population, because 27% of people don't save money. So if you start saving money, you're already ahead of a lot of people, and you create what's called consistency and momentum. Once you start seeing that first 100, that first 500, that first 850, and then that 1,000, once you reach those 4 digits, bro, it is a wrap, because now you know you could do it, and now the rest is easier. So that next 1,000 is much easier. That next 4,000 is much easier, because you know you can do it. It's like going to the gym. Once you start working out, yeah, it sucks. Who likes to work out? You start to love it because you're getting good at it and you're seeing results. You start loving it. Same thing with saving money. You're seeing results. So guess what? When you hit your first 1,000, I'll tell you what happened to me. I can now walk into any store, obviously with limitations, not Rolex or whatever, but I can walk into any store with $1,000 and basically buy anything in that store. Having an emergency savings account, being able to afford an emergency in my life, just in case something happens, God forbid, without going into debt, is huge. Over 40% of the population cannot afford an emergency if it comes up. That won't be you though, my friend. Please, I cannot beg you enough. Save your money. Just start saving $5, $10, $100. Guess what? Even saving $1 is more than 27% of people out there. You'll only be thanking yourself later.
These are 2 things that I started doing when I went homeless to save more money. And the second one is going to piss you off. I never used to keep my change, ever. It didn't matter if there was 1 cent or 99 cents on the table. I would always tell the cashier to just keep it, because I didn't want to be lugging around these coins in my pocket or in my center console. But when I started going homeless, I started keeping all of my change, and it's probably added up to like an extra like $50 a month, which is insane. And the second thing that I started doing that's probably saved me like $200 to $300 a month, that's going to piss a lot of people off, is I stopped tipping. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm at like a sit down restaurant and they're giving me really good service, yeah, of course, I'm going to leave a fat tip for these servers. But when I'm at Jamba Juice or when I'm at Chipotle or Rubio's and they just take my order or make my food and then flip their little iPad around and expect me to tip 15 to 25%, nah, bro, I'm sorry if your employer can't pay your wage in California, but that money is better suited going into cryptocurrency. These 2 things are saving me like $200 to $300 a month. So if you're short on cash, I would recommend doing it, man.
Ever since we decided to move out the country, my whole thought process has been so different. The earthly possessions that like I wanted of just a few months ago is like out the window. I don't even think the same. I used to sit up on shopping apps and scroll and like, oh, what can I buy today? Like now I don't even think about them. They send notifications. I'm like literally not interested. It can be the cutest dress, the cutest pair of shoes. Like I am legit not interested. Just going to take away money from me trying to support myself outside of the country. It's going to take away from my savings and investing. It's probably not going to fit in my suitcase. I'm probably going to have to sell it again anyway for much less than what I bought it for. My friend invited me to a concert. I don't even want to go to that, which I love Brandy and Monica. I look at everything as time and dollars. How much time is it going to take me to make this money back? And then how much money is this because it's going to take away from my safety net when I'm in another country? I see everything as holding me back.